Yeah, whatever. So here we are outside on the hood. Not on the hood, we're on the roof of my car. I've got a comparison video for you today. The Harbor Freight Quantum. My good friend Top Wolf, here's a link to his video up here. He did a really in-depth review of this a few weeks ago, so I'm not going to give you a super in-depth review, but here's the light. It's the Quantum from Harbor Freight. $5 regularly, $4.99, so you use a coupon, you get it for $4 or less. The 20 or 25% off coupon. Acclaimed 215 lumens, and this is going to come into play because I'm doing a demonstration here in a minute. But I'm comparing it. This light is, I don't know, I guess I would call it maybe a faithful copy of this light off of Amazon, the Nebo Big Larry. I have the camo version. Hopefully you can see it because it's camouflage, you know, might blend in, hence the white background. They're claiming 400 lumens on this light. I've had this one for a little over a year, and this is an emergency light for my car. There's a little sneak peek there of one of the conclusions I'm going to draw, but I'll give you a demonstration, then I'll come back with some conclusions. This might surprise some people. This light, $4 or $5. This light, about $20 off of Amazon. Use the link down in the description. Helps me out, doesn't cost you any extra money. I'll give you a demonstration, then I'll come back and let you know what I think in conclusion. Hold on. So it's about 9 o'clock at night here in Seattle at the very end of June. It's not totally dark outside. It's getting there. It's beyond, well, we're at the latter stages of dusk. So here's the engine compartment. This is a realistic test, I think. There is some ambient light, but it's dark enough to give you a sense of the light difference between these two lights. So first up, the Harbor Freight, the Quantum, rated at 215 lumens. Let's hit it here. Realistic test. These are both emergency lights. Something to keep in your car for, well, emergencies. It does a good job. Provides very good light. And obviously, the darker it gets outside, the more contrast there's going to be. But this gives you plenty of light. You can stick it up here. The magnet is, stick it further out here. The magnet is strong, perfectly strong enough. So there it is on high. Let's hit it on low. Reserve battery again. If it was really dark outside, this would provide enough contrast where if you needed to see what was going on in your engine compartment, up under the car, this would do a perfectly good job. I got no complaints about this. Quantum, $4 or $5, Harbor Freight. Here we go, the original. The one the Harbor Freight's modeled after, the Nebo Big Larry. Let's go. Okay, so right off the bat, noticeably more light. I tried to do this at dusk so you guys would be able to pick this up on my camera. My camera equipment isn't like the greatest out there, but I felt like it stood a better chance. Noticeably more light, like I said. This one they're claiming around 400 lumens, a little bit more, I think. Maybe just 400. So it's claiming close to double the amount of lumens, and it is noticeably brighter than the Harbor Freight light, but not twice as bright. See, get down in there. The magnet, noticeably stronger on the magnet. That I can attach to a point here where there's less surface contact under the hood. Actually, the magnet's strong enough there to where I can dangle it. Can't see it on camera here, but I'm dangling it from the clip point under the hood. So noticeably more light, but probably the biggest takeaway is the magnet being stronger. Here it is on low. Let's compare them on low. The Harbor Freight. On low, they're pretty close to the same, really. The Big Larry might be just a little bit brighter. Let's try them both on high. Yeah, that's where you can see it. The Larry The Big Larry, definitely brighter, definitely brighter. Here's the kicker. Big Larry, for an emergency light, you had high, there's low. Red strobe. That's where the comparison gets a little bit hard to tell. Okay, hold on, I have a conclusion for you. Okay, so the question arises after you've seen the demonstration there, which one of these is right for you? And I'll lead off by saying this. For me personally, I have a definite preference between the two of these, between the Harbor Freight Quantum, and the number on that is 63935. You see there the packaging for it. I prefer the Nebo Big Larry, but I'm not going to tell you that that's right for you, because when the question is which one is right for you, well, that depends. For $4 or $5, you can't go wrong with this Quantum, the Harbor Freight light. It's a pretty good light. It's a pretty good copy of the Big Larry, but the Big Larry is a nicer light. The fit and finish on it is better. It is a little bit brighter, though I can't say that it's twice as bright. They're rating this at 400 lumens, or they're claiming 400. They're claiming 215 for this. This isn't twice as bright as this. It might be, I don't know, 25 or 30% brighter, but it's not 100% brighter. But the fit and finish on it is nicer. It does have the extra mode with the red strobe there, and really it kind of comes down to what these lights are all about. Like I said earlier, these are good emergency lights, good for emergency situations, something to carry with you in your car, and they can be rechargeable in that you could use rechargeable batteries. They both take 3 AA batteries, and for the sake of the review, I just put the Harbor Freight cheapo batteries, 3 fresh batteries in each of these, so they would be running off the same batteries. There's nothing worse than a light that claims it's a certain brightness, but it's only if you use, you know, the top level battery out there. I didn't want to do that. I wanted this to be an even comparison. So these lights ran off the same batteries, and you saw the Big Larry is noticeably brighter, but again, not twice as bright. It is better build quality, I think, better fit and finish, but is it 4 or 5 times as nice to justify the price? 4 or 5 times as much? No, it isn't. So why do I like it more? Well, it mostly comes down to the fact that I have a bunch of different lights in this category, and so I kind of appreciate the nicest one of this size that I have, and that is the Big Larry. So if you're interested in this, I'll leave a link down in the description. Also, Scott Pearson, Tools and More. I don't have his magnets here handy, but here's the link to his channel up here. He sent me a couple of magnets, which I really appreciate. Scott's a good guy. Like him really well. Good friend of mine. I've talked to him a number of occasions. So check out his channel, and check out these lights. Check out Topol's video that I linked in earlier. This is a good light, this Quantum. If you spend $4 on this, there's no way you're going to be disappointed. It's not that much worse than the Big Larry, and the Big Larry, for costing 4 or 5 times as much, again, it's not 4 or 5 times as much light. I should say, I think I said earlier, that one other difference, the magnet on the Big Larry is noticeably stronger, because it's actually a larger magnet. Hopefully you can pick that up there with the camera angle. The surface area on the magnet is larger, and it seems like it's a stronger magnet anyway. So that's the upgrade. A little bit nicer fit and finish, a stronger magnet, an additional mode that the Harbor Freight doesn't have. The Harbor Freight does have this clip, which I'm not real hot on, but it has the provision there for hanging it on a nail or a screw, which is kind of nice. Check out Topol's videos. He had a couple good points that I'm not going to restate. I'll let you watch his videos. But until then, ta-ta for now. Scott Pearson, Tools and More. Send him some Capri stuff. He's got a couple videos on that posted, so if you guys don't believe the Capri hype, check him out, Scott Pearson. All right.